Well, hello there, motherfuckers, and welcome to another movie review. Now, this movie was provided by a friend of mine. And you know something, this might be a kid's movie, but I wish that I owned it. I'm not trying to say, it's somebody else's, but it's actually mine. No, if anything, really, I'm even considering buying a copy of this movie. This is a phenomenal film right here, and I'm late to the dance on it. As per usual for me, every single thing, I always find out about it months, years, decades later. I am always late as a motherfucker when it comes to movies, music, and everything. Like, for example, when everybody was heralding the Hangover is one of the greatest comedies in years. It took me like 2 fucking years to fucking see it. That long, until I forced myself to buy the DVD. Now, with this movie, I was thinking it was going to be overhyped. People were claiming that it was the greatest Disney film of all time. Now, I don't know if it's the greatest, but I have to say that truly it is one of the greatest. Now, for me, it's very hard for me to just come out right out and say it. Maybe some younger people, because I grew up with The Lion King, Aladdin. These are the movies, Little Mermaid. you know, all these movies right here. These are the ones I grew up with. I watched as a kid. So it's very hard for me to say that, this is my favorite, but it is one of my favorites. And like, as far as it not being in my childhood, this is by far the best Disney movie. It's so well written, and the movie, it made me emotional, and I am not ashamed as a man to admit this. I am not ashamed, a 26-year-old man, to admit that this movie made my lip quiver a couple of times. You know, there's really some great voice acting. Like, it's almost like real acting, almost like with real people. I mean, it goes without saying that the CGI is just about as realistic as cartoons could get. It can't get any better looking than this. I mean, this is just expert animation. Everything moves so fluently. I remember when they tried to get these same results with claymation, with Wallace and Gromit, and we all thought that was amazing. And now, what they can do with computers is incredible. At first things looked herky-jerky and kind of fake. But, yeah, this is the thing right here. This type of movie can be enjoyed by all ages, is what I like about it, because the writing is so good. It doesn't feel too kiddie, it's because it's, funny and it's a cartoon, it's for kids, but, there's no reason why adults can't enjoy it just the same. Just because it's a cartoon doesn't mean you should be turned off by it. I mean, you've got a lot of interesting elements about this that are very relatable to nowadays, about, just taking love for granted. Just saying, you're in love with the first person, you get together with. And all those topics are discussed in this movie. This is like, I was just downright shocked. I mean, also the style of speech is very up to date. It doesn't seem dated. It feels very timely. Like, this is almost like a period piece, but then again, it's not, because it can be accepted by all generations for years to come. And the music. Oh my God, if it's anything, the music in Disney movies has been pretty forgettable as of late. And, I haven't seen all Disney movies as of late, so maybe that's not fair, but I've heard snippets of the music. And this has very, very good songs. Let It Go and a whole bunch of other songs that, that Anna sings in it. You got so many great songs. Olaf, what a great character right there. This guy right there, that guy's hilarious. What a great character, and what great voices. Each character has the proper voice. As if you saw that character for the first time and you didn't hear his voice, you can envision that voice in your head. I mean, it's just done to perfection, and it's legitimately funny. There's a lot of um, really, like, laugh out loud moments. It's expert comedy. When it calls for drama and seriousness, it hits hard. And there's a lot of heart string tugging moments in this film. I mean, it really sometimes it hits close to home about siblings, kind of feeling like they're separated even though they're living in the same house. Just so many relatable things in this film. It's just so expertly done. It's really just a great fun film. I mean, the movie held my attention throughout. It's got action, drama, comedy. It's like, it's what everybody hopes for, in a film. You really can't ask for more. This is really, it's up there with Lion King. It's up there with Aladdin. Now, I don't know if it's going to, age as well, but right now, as far as I can see, I mean, this movie it's really good. I mean, it has everything that you could possibly want in the film. And from a cartoon, like I said, the acting is like right up there with like physical actors actually being there. I have no complaints. I really have nothing that could be said. The story is told so well, with the right elements of comedy and drama, and the right speed. They tell it doesn't drag on for too long. 101 minutes is pretty forgiving, just a little bit over or an hour and a half. I mean, that's very forgiving there. A very, suitable runtime, a very considerable runtime, that it really doesn't feel like so many other films, where most films feel like a series of deleted scenes and just, nooks and crannies of good stuff. So yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of this film, actually. I mean, I'm a believer, and this is coming from the guy covered in tattoos and shit, so there you go, and the guy wearing the goat whore t-shirt, that's coming from that guy. Let's, let's think about something for him. It doesn't matter who you are, what walk of life you come from, if you have a soul, if you have a heart, if you have a sense of humor, if you have a sense of taste, you will enjoy this film. Alright.